Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching BEM Become Human, the sequel to the 2019 BEM anime series based on the long-running franchise of BEM Humanoid Monster. Now, when it comes to the BEM series, there has certainly been a lot of anime adaptations of the story of three monsters who seek to become human. And this movie definitely demonstrates why the series has been around for about 50 years. It's an action-packed, fast-paced production IG production that definitely delivers when it comes to the big thrills and the marvelous violence, even if it does take a little bit of time to get to the good stuff, and even if you have to watch the 2019 series to understand or get the most out of the film. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story takes place 2 years after the events of the 2019 series, after Ben, Bella, and Bello's battle with Vega at the end of that series. In that time, Sonia Summers ends up going to another city in order to find that Bem has essentially been introduced to a completely new life, complete with a wife and kids, and a job at a pharmaceutical company where he goes by the name of Belm now. And after finding out that Bello has essentially become a bit of a vigilante, and how Bella has tried to blend more into society as just a normal girl, Sonia takes it upon herself to essentially get Bem to remember who he was and uncover the lies behind this pharmaceutical company that seeks to destroy his sense of self and to use his cells to create other humanoid monsters. But that's all I'll say about the story. The story definitely does take a lot of aspects that you've seen from other films, whether anime or otherwise, that deal with a monster in the modern day. And you could say having the pharmaceutical guys be the bad guys is sort of something you've probably seen from, say, The Old Guard earlier this year. But this does take its own interesting turn on it, considering that Bem has to deal with memory loss for the first half of the film, and how Bem basically gets to remember who he was and how he acclimates to his new life with his wife and kids, even when all of it is a lie. It's actually pretty heartbreaking to see all of it go down, much like a classic monster film would be a tragedy in this way. Unfortunately, both Bella and Bello don't get nearly as much attention as Bem does. That's understandable, considering that Bem is the main character of the series, but I would have liked to see more from Bella and Bello. The bits with them are indeed interesting, and they do fit with their characters, but I wish Production IG would have done more with them. But the anime original characters here, especially the ones made for this film, are pretty interesting. You've got a mad scientist in Dr. Recycle. You've got Burgess, who's Bem's supposed best friend for the first half of the film, and there's a ton of other people inside the pharmaceutical company who definitely do a good job playing up this ruse before the big twist comes in. And it's definitely worth it to get through that big twist, considering that the last half hour of the film is pretty much exactly what you'd want out of a film of this type, where you get to see Bem, Bella, and Bello fighting other humanoid monsters with their powers, where Production IG really gets to flex their animation muscles and let's get these monsters to fight each other, and with a ton of cool gory fight scenes, and with a few monsters that have never been seen in the original BEM series back in 2019, or I think not even in any of the other BEM properties that have happened over the years. I do also think that Sonia Summers is a fairly decent human heroine for the film, even if she does make a decision near the end of the film that reeks of being too dumb to live. She is decent for the rest of the film, just like how she was an okay protagonist for the 2019 anime. I do think this acts as a good epilogue to it. And even though there's an end credit scene that happens after the credits, Marvel style, I don't think this is going to be the sign of a sequel. I think this is pretty much, it's over and done with as far as this BEM series is considered. But for a big finale, I do think it's worth the 90-minute runtime, and it is worth a watch if you did like the 2019 film, the series. In fact, I think this is actually better than the series that it is a sequel to in that way. Because of that, I'm going to give BEM Become Human an 8 out of 10. See you next time.